give people handouts, they're just gonna get lazy. But what if that's totally okay? What if everyone's basic needs were met so the artist could paint and still eat dinner at night? So the singer could sing and still have a roof over their head? Because let's be real, I don't want the person who doesn't want to work sitting next to me at my job. And guess what? Society will always create hardworking people who push for more. Why? Because we're a consumerist society. People will still want the big house, the new car, the luxury life. That drive isn't going anywhere. But sometimes people will want to focus on their hobbies, their passions, what lights them up. And that should be okay too. I would rather live in a society where everyone is housed, healthy, and fed, even if that means some people just get to be happy.
It is your boy, Black Ronin, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. There y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, you know your boy gotta go in on this particular topic. But guys, this is honestly could be one of the greatest times in American history. But I gotta talk about UBI, Universal Basic Income, and how this could be a really big game changer for America. And it's about to already be in effect starting next year, but not nationwide. You know, this is really just, they're starting off doing it slow, but this is really going to be mainstream very, very quickly because AI is really taking over. And a lot of people are fearful for, you know, their jobs and everything. But honestly, bro, hey, with all this stuff, dude, this is going to be one of the greatest time in history. You know, because man, especially for Americans that really been through it, Americans that really like been really going through just tough times. And now you're given the opportunity to really be on a fair playing field, bro. This is going to be outstanding. Now, I know there are definitely people against this, and I do understand the concerns. You know, so the first group of people that are going to be concerned, because there are two types of people. Yeah, like there's two types of people that are going to be really against this. The first group of people, the people who already own a good chunk of something, you know, they got their own business, like, you know, really out there, you know, mom and pop type of stuff, you know, that's still remaining, you know, and then on top of that, people who got their own houses paid off or, you know, just automatically almost paid off, you know. These people are going to get hit the hardest because, you know, we're living in a time where we're seeing it. And I could never understand this quote back in the day growing up. They say you will own nothing and be happy. And as I getting older, as I'm starting to see more things change, AI taking over, and just basically seeing, you know, how things are, you know, going to change for America. Honestly, bro, I'd be pretty dang on cool with that. I really would. As a Gen Zer, all the fuckery that we've been through, this is literally what we need. And I feel like, listen, there are some people that are really smart out here but unfortunately they had to stay locked into the system, or, you know, and then on top of that, they're not in the proper environments to really excel like that. So you're going to see groups and certain bloodlines out here in America that before they really couldn't prosper, but now everybody's about to be on a fair playing field. Oh yeah, you about to see how awesome, and you about to see certain people really surpass everybody brutally out here in American society. And it's gonna be so different, you know, because it's a lot of smart people out here, but they just ain't got the funding, and they don't have the support team to really boost them out there. But now they're going to have financial stability. Hey, man, this is going to be pretty dang on fantastic for a lot of people. But yeah, you know, going back to people about ownership. So, you know, when it comes down to ownership and, you know, people got their own homesteads and everything, off the grid type of life. Oh, man, you know, like I feel bad for those people because I know they're going to get hit pretty hard with property taxes, and I know they're going to get hit with probably a lot of regulations, pretty much forcing them into the new society of, hey, you know, take your money from the government, you know, you live here, and yeah, that's it. So for them, I know they're going to feel some type of way. But listen, you have to understand, there's a lot of people in this country who never even got a shot to really go really that far. You know, broken families, a lot of them out here. Gen Z, the brokest generation out here. And then on top of that, you got people out here who just never physically own really much anything, but they struggle to really just scrape by. So you got all different walks of life. So for some people, they're going to love this. It just depends on your mindset. I have to keep in mind, there is not a lot of people in America that can really, that has a more open-minded, creative, a different type of worldview and a positive light, how certain situations like this can really benefit everybody. Because I'm looking at America like this right now. You have two options. Okay, so the first option, let's keep everything where it is right now. Because this version right now of capitalism is really fucking over everybody. And it's like, bro, you're getting fucked in every direction with no lube, by the way. So that's option number one. You can get fucked everywhere, no lube. Or you can take the option of UBI. Everybody's on a fair playing field. You're like, guys, you're still getting fucked over, but at least it's not that bad. At least it's manageable. At least you can kind of maneuver. So you got that option. And yeah, you don't own anything, but hey, at least you can live a quality of life, a good quality of life, man, because that's one thing most people don't get, a decent quality of life when you look around. And that's a big issue versus where we're at right now in capitalism. People grinding, working 2-3 jobs. You got people who are just burned out completely. You got people that see no hope, no future. And then the wild part, people, you know what? I'm not even going to get to that part just yet. But, you got so many people not doing as good as they would like to do in this country. And listen, you got hardworking people. But how much work, how much more effort do I have to really keep putting in, and just feeding into all this to really get anything in return? This is literally slavery. But in a different form. So listen, man, hey, if I don't own anything, listen, guys, you get one life out here. You can't take a house with you when you die. You can't take nothing when you die. I'd rather take the option, okay, let me have a fun, decent, fulfilling life while I'm only here, for this short period of time. Let me connect with a good group of people. Because, guys, with UBI, I feel like communities will all start to come back again. Socially, social dynamics will become better. Guys, America will be in such a better mental state, because I don't care what anybody say. If your mental, internally, your mind and your physical, if that's not on point, everything else fails, man. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. And then on top of that, no God either. That's a horrible mix, so that's where I'm at personally. So yeah, so the first group, they're going to be against it because it's going to take away the right to ownership. So that's the first group. And then on top of that, now let's talk about the second group. So the second group, their issue is going to be, you see, the problem with a lot of Americans, unfortunately, there's so much division here. And there's a lot of people that are improperly cultured. They're not around certain groups like that. They don't care to learn about certain people. And that's a big issue because, we're going to call ourselves Americans. We should really look out for one another. But at the same time, I understand why we don't, because we're too busy chasing the dollar, trying to become better and better, when at the end of the day, a lot of us, man, when we just sat down, just talk to one another, we're really kind of all in the same boat. It's a lot of good Americans out here. It really is. But, we're so trapped in this loop, we lose sight to seeing the good in front of us. So, yeah, it's a lot of people out there, a lot of Americans, unfortunately, because of the uncultured, because of people not sitting down to get to know one another. There's a lot of Americans that look down on one another, simply because they don't make as much money, simply because they're not where they're at financially. All different areas of life. Listen, man, people, guys, life is up and down. Money finna come and go. And I don't listen, man, as a man, hey, your money, that does not define you. Your character, how you carry yourself, how strong you are, your physical, your internal. Take care of that, guys. When you take care of your body, your internal, your physical, your mind, that's what's going to take you far as a man. Everything else will fall in order right after that. But most people, guys, they look down on all that, they see you and they judge you before they even get to know you. And that's the type of culture that we have here in America. But guess what? You take away that aspect, You put every motherfucker out there on a fair playing field, oh man, it's a wrap. Because those same people you like used to look down on, called them all sorts of names, and guess what? They be the main ones that be carrying themselves accordingly, moving positively out here. But everybody else be the main ones out there hating. So when we on a fair playing field and we got the resources now to back it up, and we all in the same boat, oh yeah, it's gonna be a different time. Like, hey, dating, I think dating's gonna get fucking fantastic. I think you're gonna see a lot more families being born. Yeah, things are gonna, guys, the order is gonna come back. Like, it's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be a very, very great time to be alive. But yeah, but yeah, to all the people that looking down on other groups, yeah, dude, y'all, I mean, I guess y'all just fear just being surpassed by, other people. But hey, now everybody's got a fair shot. Oh yeah, it's going to be a different time for sure. And also keep in mind, crime, that's going to go down. Crime's going to go down. It's just going to be a better quality of life, 100%. And I got this article up here too, I'm going to throw up here. Because guys, this UBI, Universal Basic Income, is happening starting next year, but not nationwide. We got this one right here, out here in Cook County, Chicago. Now out there in Chicago, out there in Cook County, they are giving out $500, no strings attached. I know that's not much money, but hey, $500 a month, that's cool, so free money. Yeah, man, like, that's how it's going to start. And guess what? The more AI keeps on getting sharper, bro, the better. Like, this plan, this UBI basic income for all here in America, bro, this is going to be awesome because now people can travel, people can do more, and honestly, bro, I'm pretty happy with that. You tell me I can pretty much live wherever. I got basic income. I can go pretty much wherever I want to now. Working is optional. That's going to be a fantastic future, bro. But I know a lot of people are going to take that. They're going to be like, well, what does the government, try to put in something in place that most people don't agree with, that goes against, a lot of values. I understand that, man. But at the end of the day, that's already happening right now. And like I said earlier, choose your heart. Choose how you're going to be fucked. Do you want to get fucked in every direction and not even be able to do anything, with no lube? That's the final stage of capitalism that we're right here, right now, that we're all in. And people see no hope. Crime is through the roof. Or would you rather be in a system? Okay, yeah, you're still going to get fucked over, but at least you got a sense of community. At least there's a sense of peace. At least like housing and all that stuff is paid for pretty much, like you're good. You don't have to worry about much. That sounds like a much better life to live, in my personal opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think of this universal basic income for America, because hey man, Chicago, they about to get things rolling. I hope this keep on rolling out, man. This, especially if I feel like the perfect amount for everybody, $2,000 to $3,000 for everybody. Or if they do $1,000, they need to have very, very good regulation on rent, like for apartments, because if everybody's getting universal health care, not health care, universal basic income, apartments legally should not be able to charge a certain amount of money, to cover rent, because if that happens, we're all going to be in the same situation like we are right now. So heavy regulations are really, really going to have to happen in terms of rental, in terms of like landlords. They can't be legally allowed to go over a certain rate, legally. And that needs to really, really be drilled into, our society. So you got that. So that way people can really do things, because listen, man, there is a big population of young people that don't even rent, like don't even live on their own, So until that changes, like guys, these landlords, they're missing out on money. I mean, what sounds better? Okay, most people stay, all hoarded together, family and friends, roommates, or be like, dang, well, we need more people, so let's just make everything pretty cheap for the average person. At least we get some money. So yeah, it can work out pretty good. But let me know what you guys think it is. It is your boy Black Ronin. Do you guys agree, disagree about universal basic your basic income? But it is your boy. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.